Okay, we are starting new chapter, force and pressure. That is chapter number 3. First topic you have to learn is force. I think you have done in the lower classes also, but once again you have to know what is force. Please write down the definition of force. Definition of force. Right. It is the cause. It is the cause. It is the cause which which changes or tends to change the state of a body. State of a body. What is the force? We say it is the cause which changes or tends to change the state of a body. That means the thing which can change the state of a body is called force. For example, a body is at rest. If we apply a force, then the body can move, or the body will have tendency, or if anything is in motion, the you can bring it to the rest by applying force. The force is something that changes or tends to change the state of a body. Okay, this is the definition of force. But force can do many things. Force can change the direction of motion. Force can change the shape and size of the body. Force can produce turning effect also in the body. There can be many things that can be done by a force. Force can do many things. Okay. Now, the right down below that the SI unit of force is Newton. The SI unit of force is Newton. Newton denoted by capital N. The SI unit of force is Newton. That is, force is measured in terms of the SI unit Newton, denoted by capital N, and CGS unit dyne. CGS unit dyne, dyne, small dyne, dyne. CGS unit dyne. Mainly we'll concentrate upon the SI unit of force. The SI unit of force is Newton. Okay. Then next heading you can give weight. Dyne, dyne, dyne. CGS unit is dyne. Write down the definition of dyne, dyne. Okay, next heading you can give weight. What is called weight of the body? Okay, write down the definition of weight. Do you know what is called weight of the body? Right. To the center, towards the center of the earth. Okay, you are more or less correct. Yes, more or less you are right. So write down about weight. The force of gravity acting, the force, F-O-R-C, the force, we are talking about force. The force of gravity acting on a body, is called, its weight. The force of gravity acting on a body is called its weight. Okay. Done. Then continue and write. In other words, In other words, comma, weight is the force. Weight is a force with which a body with which a body gets attracted, with which a body gets attracted towards the center of the earth, towards the center of the earth, towards the center of the earth. Hope it is complete. Then write the SI unit of weight is, the SI unit of weight is, weight also is a kind of force. The SI unit will be again same as Newton. The SI unit of weight is Newton, denoted by capital N, just at capital N. The SI unit of weight is Newton, N, and it is always directed, and it is always directed vertically downward. Vertically downward. That means the direction of weight will be like this, vertically downward. And it is always directed vertically downward. No matter whichever direction the body moves, the weight will always act in the vertically downward direction. So this is the direction of weight. And weight is the force of gravity acting on the body, the force of gravity acting on the body. Okay. The force of gravity acting on the body. You can write down further. The other unit of weight is, the other unit of weight is kgf, kilogram force. The other unit of weight is kgf. kgf means kilogram force. You can write under bracket, this means kilogram force. Kilogram force. Then you write 1 kgf is equal to 1 kgf will make 10 Newton approximately. Write down this value. 1 kgf value is 10 Newton. 1 kgf makes how much Newton? So 10 Newton approximately. Actually, it will be equal to 9.8 Newton, but we take it approximate value as 10 Newton. So 2 kgf will be how much Newton? 2 into 10, that is 20 Newton. 10 kgf will be how much? Yeah. 10 kgf will be how much Newton? 100 Newton. 10. Yes, you are right. 10 into 10 you will multiply to 100 Newton, like that. And write down the formula of weight. Write formula of weight. Weight denoted by W, and the formula of W will be mg. Weight formula is mg. Either we can denote by W or F. W or F we can write for it. W or F. We can denote the weight either by the symbol W, capital W, or F, and the formula is mass into G means acceleration due to gravity, mg. W is equal to mass into G value. G value is 10. Normally the value of G is approximately taken as 10. Actually it is 9.8, but we take it as 10. And or in the question, if it is given 9.8, you have to take 9.8 only. If mass of the body is 2 kg, how much is the weight? 2 into G value multiplied, 2 into 10, that is 20 Newton. Yeah, mass will multiply, yes, mass will multiply by the value of G, will get the value of the weight. The value of the weight will come that much. Simple formula, but weight formula we must know. W is equal to m into G, mass into acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Now, next heading. Next heading you have to give called moment of force. Moment of force. Moment of force. This is called MOF. In short, we are writing that is MOF. MOF full form is moment. MOMENT. Moment of force. MOF, or this thing is also known as torque. 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 Moment of force or torque. Moment of force or torque. TORQUE. Okay. Now write about it. Just think about it first and then I'll dictate. Okay. What is called moment of force or the torque? You know, when a body is pivoted, you know the meaning of pivoted? That is when the body is not allowed to move freely in a straight line. Body is hinged. We are putting a hinge in the body. That means we are clamping a body. Somewhere we are putting a screw there in the body. That is, we are tying the body. That means when we tie a body, that is when we hinge a body or when we pivot. The correct word is pivot. Pivot. That is, and now if we apply a force on it in a perpendicular direction this way, you will find the body starts turning. The body will start turning about this point, about the point of pivot. This turning effect of force is called moment of force. The turning effect of force, this turning effect of force is called moment of force. Okay. Now please write down the definition. The turning effect of a force, the turning effect of force, the turning effect, the turning, TURNING, the turning effect of force on a pivoted body, on a pivoted, PIVOTED, on a pivoted, the turning effect of force on a pivoted body, on a pivoted body, on a pivoted body, by applying a force, at a suitable point, by applying a force at a suitable point, by applying a force at a suitable point is called, by applying a force at a suitable point is called the moment of force or the torque, is called the moment of force or the torque. TORQE, torque. Well, this is actually the correct definition, but you can even write that is the turning effect of force about the pivoted point on a body is called moment of force or the torque. You can only say turning effect also will be okay. Now continue and write down the moment of force, that is in short, right? The MOF, the moment of force is measured. The moment of force is measured. The moment of force is measured by the product of, is measured by the product of the magnitude of the force, product of the magnitude. Magnitude means the numerical value or the size of the force. Product of the magnitude of the force. Product of the magnitude of the force and the perpendicular distance of the point of the force, perpendicular distance of the point of the force from the point of the pivot, from the point of the pivot, P-I-V-O-T, from the point of the pivot, from the point of the pivot. Okay, now from the point of the pivot, P-I-V-O-T, from the point of the pivot. Okay. Now, yes, okay. Then we draw a diagram and show. Suppose we are having a body here, like this, there is a body, and here is the point of pivot. The point of pivot is suppose O. Then the body is pivoted here, or the body is hinged or tied over here or clamped over here. And now we are giving a force like this. Suppose we are giving a force in this direction, like this F. We are giving the force. This is the point of force. You have to take the perpendicular distance between this point and the point of force. The point of force is suppose A. And the distance out here is suppose B over here. Between them, the distance is B. Therefore, we write formula of moment of force. MOF formula will be F into D. Force multiplied by this distance, F into D. This is the formula of moment of force. Moment of force formula we have F into D. Force into the distance, perpendicular distance between the point of force and the point of pivot. So F into D is the formula of MOF or moment of force. Okay. Now write down below the SI unit of the SI unit of MOF is the SI unit of moment of force is, you can see the formula, and from the formula we can write the SI unit. The SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of distance is meter. So the SI unit of moment of force is Newton meter, Nm, Newton meter, Nm. We write this. The SI unit of moment of force is Newton meter, Nm, Newton meter. Yeah, Nm or Newton meter we call it. Force will be in Newton and the distance will be in meters. We'll multiply them and you will get the value of moment of force. Okay? Done? Okay. That means we can say the turning effect of force or the moment of the force depends on how many factors? Two factors, because in the formula there are only two factors coming on which the moment of force depends. What are the two factors? One is force and the another one is the distance. Another one is the distance. So moment of force or the turning effect of force depends on, please write down, the turning effect of force, the turning effect of force, the turning effect of force, the turning effect of force depends on number one, right? First factor, right? The magnitude of force, the magnitude of force, the magnitude of force, first factor. Second factor, the perpendicular distance, this one D, that is the perpendicular, what kind of distance is this? Perpendicular, write down the perpendicular distance, between the point of force, and the point of pivot, P-I-V-O-T, and the point of pivot. Okay. Done. The moment of force depends on this factor and this factor. Two factors it depends on. That means, yes? Huh? Yeah. Same time, that 11:20 it will ending. Okay. The moment of force depends on these two factors, the magnitude of force and the perpendicular value of F and the value of B. More the value of F, more the turning effect will be there. Less the value of F, less the turning effect. More the distance, more the turning effect, less the distance, less the turning effect. So in physics, there are two type of things. One is called directly proportional and one is called inversely proportional. Do you have any idea about directly proportional and inversely proportional? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll explain. What is called directly proportional? Directly proportional means, suppose we write like this, A, and this is the sign of proportional, B. This is the sign of directly proportional. So we say A is directly proportional to B. This kind of sign we have. That means when B increases, then A also will increase. When B decreases, then A will also decrease. I mean, same thing will happen in both. When you change this, A will also change. That means when B is increased, A will also increase. When B decreases, then A will also decrease. That is called directly proportional. Understand? Directly means same thing will happen between the two quantities. Okay. And another one is called inversely proportional like this. A is inversely proportional to B like this we write. A is inversely proportional, that is 1 upon B, reciprocal way you write. That is one is up, the other one is down. Up and down. So they are reverse of each other. If B increases, then A decreases. Just the reverse will happen. Opposite will happen. When B decreases, then A increases. The reverse happens. So when B increases, then A decreases, and also same thing will happen. Both will be increasing. Here one increases, another decreases. Just reverse will happen. That is called inversely proportional. Understand? Okay. Here moment of force, and if they are up and up, no, up and up will be directly proportional, and up and down will be inversely proportional. So moment of force and force, what type of proportional they are? They are directly proportional. That is when F increases, moment of force also will increase. When F decreases, the moment of force will also decrease. Moment of force and B, how are they related to each other? This is also up, this is also up. So they are directly proportional again. More the distance, more the moment of force, less the distance, less the moment of force. They are directly proportional. Understand? Have you understood? Okay, now if I ask you how is F and D related to one another? Force and distance, how are they related to each other? Force and distance, are they directly proportional or inversely proportional? What is your answer? These F and D are they directly, so they look like directly proportional, but D we have to send the other side, then only we can compare. When D you send the other side, it becomes like this, D divided by D. It will come in divide here. If it is transferred to the other side, it comes in divide. The two quantities which you want to check, no, whether they are directly proportional or inversely proportional, must be on the either side of the equal sign. One should be in the left side, another should be on the right side. Then only you can compare. If D you transfer to the other side, it comes in divide. That means they are inversely proportional. When D is more, force is less. When D is less, then the force is more. Reverse will happen. Yeah. When the distance is less, when this distance is less, the force will be more. And when the distance is more, then the force will be less. Yes. You understand this? That means what type of proportional they are? They are inversely proportional. Yes. F and D are inversely proportional because they were in multiplication. Now, two things in multiplication will be inversely proportional to one another. Okay. Now, what are the example of moment of force in our daily life? You know, turning is where we are turning the things. What are the examples in our daily life? I think we have doors, gate, yes, gate, doors. Every time we turn about windows also, yes, they come under the same category. Turning the tap of a water tap, we turn, no, and then we turning a lock. in the key. We are turning the lock in the key. Laptop, how it is turning? You are turning the laptop. Okay, laptop. Yeah, yes, yeah. You have to open. There is a box on there. Yeah, you're right. There is a box on top. So you turn it and then you start using it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, and then this one also we have turning a when we are opening the cap of a bottle cap. When we're turning a bottle cap, we are also turning nuts, screws, and all. They are using a screwdriver or using the pliers. We are producing turning effect. Steering wheel of a car, we always turn no like this. So these are all example of turning effect in our daily lives. There are many examples are there. And every time we will see the body is hinged or the body is pivoted at a point. The body is pivoted. Anywhere the body will be pivoted and then we apply the force perpendicular. Then only we can produce turning effect. If you give the force not perpendicular like this in this direction, in parallel force, if you give a force like this parallel, you think there will be any turning effect? Will there be any turning effect? If the force is parallel, no turning effect will take place. The turning effect takes place only when the force is applied perpendicular like this. When the force is applied perpendicular this way. So that's why we said turning effect depends upon the force and the perpendicular distance between them. And how is the distance and force related to one another? They are inversely proportional. That means when the distance is less, force will be more. When the distance is more, then force is less. If we want to turn something, and we have two different options, we want to apply less force to open the body, or we want to apply more force. So if we wish to apply less force, the distance we should be taking more or less. The distance should be more or less. If we want to give a less force, whatever distance we should keep more. Yeah, because when the distance should be more. When the distance is more, then the force becomes less. You're right. And if we have to give more force, then you have to shorten the distance. You have to reduce the distance. So this is very important fact. Like for example, in a door, where do we place the handle? Handle we always place at the edge of the door. At the edge of the door. We are going for the maximum distance from the door. When the distance is maximum, the force becomes minimum. So when the handle is placed at the edge of the door, with the minimum force or with the minimum effort, the door can be turned. Because as the distance is more, force is less. Why? No. Running fast one is a different example because there is no pivoted point. No, you are not. Yeah, when the distance is more, then force is less here in this case. And when the distance is less, the force requirement will be more. Okay. So about this now, I will be discussing more result type questions and all in the next class. Okay. So today's lesson is this much. You learn till the moment of force, the definition of force, the definition of weight, SI unit, and all that you learn till here the two factors. And about this one, we will stress more in the next class to come. Okay. So today we'll conclude. Okay. Bye. Yeah.